What's up, guys? Welcome to the
That
Craggy.
was so fucking corny.
I don't care how corny it was. Anyway, what's up,
was
guys?
so bad.
Welcome back to the Craggy Pariahs Podcast. We're here with Josh and Zach and myself.
Sorry, all I can picture is you as Ali A on YouTube going, "What's up, guys? Dropping you down with a new Fortnite commentary." Just like
Be like Jackson, the guy. Top of the morning, ladies!
Top of the morning to you, laddies. Like, come on.
He says ladies, not ladies.
Oh, I thought he said laddies.
No, he says top of the morning, ladies.
Oh. I thought he was, sticking with the whole,
But
Irish
anyways,
stick.
we're not those people. We are who we are.
We were just talking about the other day.
I texted you
Yeah.
asking to hang out, and you were straight up like, nah.
Yeah, no, this is what happened. I had plans with a girl, and because Josh was talking about how tonight he had plans with a girl.
Yep.
And he canceled them because we had to sit there. We wanted a podcast. So the other night, or like a couple nights ago, Austin wanted a podcast, and he hit me up.
Which I wasn't going to be in, which nothing wrong, but because I had work.
So at I had like three or four things going on at the same time as we were trying to talk about it, And I called him because I actually had too many things going on to fucking text him back. So when I called him, the first thing I said, because my mind was wandering, was, nah. That's the first thing I said was, nah. So we were just kind of laughing about the fact that, Josh canceled plans with a woman.
Okay, well,
podcast, and
okay, first of all, was not my standard type of chick to go with. I have standards as a male.
According to him, she was a 5 out of 10, and he just put it about as lightly as possible. Right?
Yeah, I try. Yeah, it's pretty much a 5 out of 10. I wasn't too excited.
Josh has told me about his standards, and literally, he's got his own personal standards for what qualifies for each
tier.
I'm
not going to get into the depths about that.
He doesn't go by the general tier. He goes by his own personal tier.
Don't get me wrong. If we're all out at a bar or just chilling, and we all see a girl, I'll do the generic. But when it comes to with me actually being with someone, then it goes to my it's just a little hybrid of it. It's
really,
not that much more complicated.
Josh's 5 could have been generally it could have been an 8 in general, but
probably
with
not.
Josh's standards,
because
that 5 could have really been a general 8, but because he has such high standards that are so unrealistic,
okay, if we're gonna go off that alone, she, in my standards, she was about, I don't want to be mean, but truthfully, she was a 3. And it was just it was late last night we were talking, and we planned to hang out today, and I was at work, I was I kind of don't want to. I kind of don't want to.
Yeah.
And so when I got home, Zach hit up our group chat on Facebook, and it's what's everybody doing? I'm not going to work today. I was well, shit, let's record a podcast. And then then me and Zach are going back and forth in the chat, and I was just let me cancel my plans with this chick real quick. I didn't even tell you know what I told her? You want to know what I told her instead of this?
What's that? What did you say we were going to do?
I didn't say we were going to do anything. I said my brother got a flat tire. I had to go fix it.
Wow.
I didn't want to be rude.
That's a terrible excuse.
Yeah, but she fucking bought it.
Hey guys, I wasn't straight up with her. I'm just kidding.
That's pretty much what I just said.
I lie to women. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm a womanizer. Ho
I am Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. I lie to women.
I lie to women. But if I can't batter the women, how am I supposed to make them the cake then?
Okay, Eminem.
Okay, yeah.
Mathers 15:4.
And you were just making fun of me for fucking...
turn it into a Bible verse.
You're just getting mad at me, giving me shit about that. Jeez.
I was just
making references.
Was she like a whale or something?
She
She look at the picture big. And was like, whale ho!
It wasn't that she was big. It wasn't that. It's just a combination of things, of talking and all that. I'd probably still hang out with her, but I don't see it going anywhere. And don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for a relationship.
Well, you still couldn't have. You could have not canceled. You could have just had a nice, time hanging out with her.
But see, here's the thing. I'd rather do something that I quite enjoy. I'm all about doing what makes me happy, and doing this is actually I have a lot of fun doing. And I thought to myself, what would I have more fun doing? Don't get me wrong. Yes, hanging out would have been fun. I would have had my fun. But this is more pushing something towards my goal.
Yeah, right.
And, like, again, we've all had the dream of us being entertainers at some point, and this is my way of doing it. I'd rather go after my goal than for one night of fun.
Yeah, we definitely got to get our reps in as far as this. I mean,
We have zero cred at the moment.
We don't got any street cred.
Yeah,
No, there's no street cred.
we set up a damn a phone and we decided a podcast is basically what we're doing. We're just, we talked about it for a long time and now we're doing it.
Which, don't get me wrong, we're striving to get, better setup, but this works for now.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing wrong with it.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best way for us to get good audio, and it's not the best audio, but I'm happy with it.
Craggy Pariahs, the whitest podcast.
And the ones who don't give a shit.
Oh my gosh.
Probably next to anything Christian, though. We would probably be like... Yeah, we're probably not the whitest podcast.
Yeah, we're not Skillet.
Next to...
we three are definitely like some of the whitest people.
Yeah, we're definitely the whitest people to come from our friend group.
Next to the 700 Club in the morning, you know what I mean? The 700 Club, dude. Jesus fucking
I don't know why, but that just reminded me of the
gosh.
Breakfast Club.
The 700 Club, you know what that is?
No,
It's
actually, I have
some
no idea.
Fucked up, like evangelist show that my mom always used to watch. It was a channel.
Oh, I remember that.
Or it was either a show or a channel. I can't fucking remember what it was, but it was just this old dude and his wife, and they would tell all these stories of how people paid them money, and then some shit was brought back to them, rewarded to them. So the entire show was basically they're showing you these stories of people who sent money to the 700 Club, and in the end, some sort of miracle happens to them, life-changing
Oh,
miracle.
okay. That
So
now
the
starting to make
entire
sense.
show is them saying, if you give us money, things in your life that are miraculous will happen.
Now, was it satire?
So basically, everything
No,
the
it's
church
really-
tells you.
it's
Was it a real
really
thing or was it a
real.
satire? Was it satire?
Like, it's meant to be real, but it's satirical when you.
Okay, that's
you know
what
what I mean.
Well, no.
it's
Was
like-
it meant to be satire? though?
No, it's meant to be real.
So they were genuinely asking people for money.
Genuinely,
What the hell?
Yeah, dude. Like,
I feel bad for anybody who fell for that.
because there's what they're saying.
You know, I
is-
don't feel bad. If they're
Well,
dumb enough to fall for that, they deserve it.
Basically, on a deeper level, what they're saying is we have a direct link to God and
Yep.
the Lord God.
Pretty much like those.
You
healers.
You voluntarily sending us money means that you get blessings and miracles in return. That's basically what they're saying. It's fucked up. Fuck this doorknob, dude. Keep hitting it. It's
Well,
third fucking time.
Maybe if you sat in that chair the right way around.
I'm just trying to relax, man. Like,
Yeah,
you
we're
know,
not.
I like my
We're not in the
backpack.
best setup.
I like
I'm sitting on a cooler.
Yeah.
For crying sake.
Yeah.
Whatever you can turn into a chair.
Yeah, we're recording at Zach's place.
Yeah, I gotta get my backpack. No, I'm just kidding.
The real question, Josh, that cooler, does it chair?
Does it-
Well, first of all, let me get off and give it a good inspection.
You don't gotta inspect
No,
it.
no, 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 no.
I mean, we know the answer to the question. Does it dent? No, I'm just kidding.
It does.
Well, no. What you look for in a chair is its structural integrity, not its comfortability. How does it look nice?
You are reading the hell out of that right now.
That was the point.
If you just had a thick beard like Rhett does.
Does it keep beers cold? Like,
That's the real question about a cooler.
Does it keep? Well, not any cooler can keep a beer cold, but
It has to be a good cooler.
Only the shittiest coolers don't keep
even foam
What?
coolers work. So.
It is an igloo. Igloo's pretty good.
Igloo is a good cooler. I use that for the goddamn party.
I remember one time I was working for this construction company, and it was one of the guys I didn't really get along with, and so me and we were going into it all day, and so another guy we were working with, those two were talking about, and like this dude got so into about how he makes a cold beer cold. Like he was telling us he literally with his friends would sit at home and measure out water and ice to get the coldest beer in the fastest time. Don't get me wrong, it's good information to frickin' have, but you're spending your free time doing that with your friends as like an activity?
Right, yeah.
Like, that's what you're doing to get joy? Like,
Yeah,
don't get me
right.
wrong, you can do whatever you want to have fun, but like, you're bragging about it to me? After you just shit talk me for about an hour? Like, the hell, dude? Like, I was only 18, this dude was like 45. I'm like, dude, what? This is my first real job outside of high school. Like, come on, dude.
You know how
Give me
you
a
get
break.
a really good beer cold?
No, so
Put it in the fridge.
his name was Bo. His name was Bo. And
His name was Bo?
his nickname was Bobo, but I can't remember his real name to save life of me. He just the only impression he gave me he was a dickwad. The only impression he left on me.
Yeah.
And he was just one of those guys who thought he was better than you no matter what.
Yeah.
All because I was just young. It's pretty much what it was. He didn't like me because I was young. So he gave me a lot of shit when I first started, and it wasn't too bad, you know. It was the first job.
Yeah.
I was the youngest by like 10 years. I was 10 years. The next guy was older than me.
Yeah.
So
I
difference.
can't enjoy myself at a job unless there's somebody there who, like... I enjoy jobs where the people are so laid back that they always, like, crack jokes about each other.
Well,
they
yeah,
can, like, make fun of...
Where it's not malicious.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong.
Like, non-malicious, just joking around about anything and everything.
No, don't get me wrong. I wasn't perfect. Like, I had my own flaws in it, too. But over time, like, I became friends with someone like him, Bobo, and a guy named Tim we used to never get along. We butt heads all the time, but we were the crew that were always together. So we had to get past that. Well, me and Tim ended up getting past it, but me and the guy Bobo didn't fucking get past it.
Yeah.
I don't think his name was Bo. I think it was Bo something, but I always called him Bobo because he was a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So
That was his
Bobo.
nickname, Bobo. That's what you said.
yeah,
in the
everybody else called
beginning.
him their name, but I called him Bobo.
Bobo.
So
So...
Bobo the clown.
that's what I was leading up to.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's literally the same thing I just thought, like Bozo the Clown? No, Bobo the Clown. That
Yeah.
sounds more accurate.
Yeah, you ever seen those memes where it's like when you send a second text and you still get no reply, and it's a dude in front of the mirror, and I think it's Obama in front of the mirror, and he's got like clown makeup on, and he says, "I'm Bobo the clown."
You know what my favorite memes? One of my favorite memes.
It's because he's a clown because he texted twice and he didn't get a reply, so he says, "I'm Bobo the clown."
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's friggin' priceless.
Like, I like the one where it's the picture of the kid behind himself with a gun. Can't even trust yourself.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Trust no one, not even yourself.
Yeah.
I don't remember how that meme exactly goes, but it's fucking
Oh my
funny.
gosh. Anyways. What kind of stuff do we have to talk about today?
I think we should keep going on about work stories like that. You know, keep going. Why not?
I don't have a lot of like really good work stories. Actually, most of my good work stories are from when I was in the Navy.
Well, fucking hear one.
Oh.
Most of my
I
good
think-
stories were from boot camp, to be honest.
Well, let's go. Instead of telling me talking about it, freaking describe it.
You want a boot camp story?
That's what I'm asking for. How many times do I have to ask for it?
Well, hold on. It says it's actually I have to clarify this before you begin your boot camp story. This is what the meme actually says. It says when you swallow your pride and double text, but you get no reply, and then he's in the mirror. But it actually says in shitty black text in like the mirror. It says I'm Boo Boo the Fool.
Let me see it.
Oh,
But it's only in the mirror where he's a clown.
Yeah,
and
right.
when in real life, he's just
He's
normal.
real, yeah. But anyways, I'm so okay. Go ahead.
I feel like that's you on a daily basis.
right.
A lot of times
Just-
you look at yourself in
just-
the mirror and that's what you see,
just-
and you're just
Why
like,
am I always
Yeah,
clown?
I just look at it, just just shake my head and like walk out of the
like
bathroom.
in your brain, you just like look in the mirror, you see all this clown makeup on you, and in your head you're just like, I'm Boo Boo the Fool.
Yeah, dude, it's so stupid. But anyways, your boot camp story.
All
What
right.
is this now?
Alright, let's talk about how you got diddled in boot camp.
I've got no.
Come on, it's the Navy.
It wasn't like that. I got so many
You were with
jokes
seamen.
about that. Shut up. Oh my god, so many jokes about that. It got old really quick.
But that's why I keep bringing it up.
But, there's like so many funny things that happen in boot camp. One of the best, almost every great story that I have from boot camp involved one drill instructor, and that was freaking Petty Officer Hobbs. He was like,
You come on.
I
form
feel
your
bad
words.
for saying his actual name, but y'all don't know who he is. But yeah, he was our second RDC. He was like,
Give me more description.
anyways, this dude.
I don't want to say who he is, but let me describe some more.
This is his rank and name. Like, no
Yeah.
kidding.
No,
It's just rank and name. You know where he's at, where he's located, what
yeah,
location
here's,
he's
here's
at.
his address. No,
Here's his social security.
no, not like. And the thing, I
Don't
have,
look
like,
at me like that, Zach.
Joke
and
is
it's
dead.
not like a bad thing. I have nothing negative to say about that man. That man was amazing. He was a great instructor. He was really funny, which is why there's so many great stories. one of the funniest things he ever did, in my opinion, while we were in boot camp, we were doing something. I think we were all, like, sitting at our racks, like, organizing our racks or whatever for, like, inspection. And he comes in wearing the peanut butters, the freaking khaki shirt and the black slacks, like that uniform. He walks in, he's got a styrofoam box, and a fork, and he's just walking in, like, with it open, he's just eating, and he, like, stops us all. He goes, "Hey, all of you, to the tow line, listen up." And we all go to the tow line, we're standing at attention, and he's like, "You all know what this is?" And we're looking at him like, "No, obviously we don't." Like, so we're like, "No, petty officer." He's like, "Well, I'll tell you what it is." Like, still eating. It's like, "It's curry chicken from Buffalo Wild Wings. It's good as fuck." That's all. And he walks out.
Wait, you gotta tell me, what were you guys thinking after
We
that?
were thinking, what a dick. Just eating Buffalo Wild Wings in front of us when, like, we're in boot camp. All we can eat is stuff they have in the galley. Like,
so he literally just came in
took
with
his
only
lunch
that.
break and went and got Buffalo Wild Wings and brought it back to just purposely eat it in front of us.
That pause was perfect. That pause was perfect.
That was how he did it. He literally sat there, paused so he could chew. It's good as fuck. Like, everything he said, almost everything funny he did, there was always a pause after, like, before the punchline of the funny moment. Like, when we were lined up for chow, just, like, lined up in that hallway waiting to go in for our division's turn to go get food. So our RPOC is standing there in front of us, like, waiting to, like, order us to go in and everything. And here comes friggin' him off from the side, from inside the galley. He walks straight up to RPOC and he's just, like, adjusting his pants, just kind of pulling him up. He's like, "Oh, RPOC, good you're here. Look, I already ate." And he turns around and walks away.
Wait, please tell me he actually did the finger cross like that on his chest.
No.
Oh, that would have been perfect. Just a perfect little...
He basically
icing
stood
on the
there,
cake.
like after he adjusted his pants, he just had his arms on his hips. He's like, "Look, I already ate." And he just turns around and walks out. And our pocket, like, broke so bad. He just looked at him like, "What?" He starts
Wait,
laughing.
this is to a single guy?
Yeah. And we're all just sitting there at attention, just like, no. All three of them were hilarious, though. Our first RDC, I forget what his job was, like, what his rate was. But there was one time, like, we were all getting ready to do, like, we were practicing stuff for, like, the Captain's Cup stuff that they do in boot camp. It was, like, competition between most of the divisions. And I think we were practicing our, like, chant or something like that. And one of the guys who was, I think he worked in the mailroom. He, like, got done in the mailroom, and he comes into the compartment, like, really late, like, while we're all working on that stuff, and the petty officer, he just looks at him, he's like, "Hey, go get into your dress blues, hurry, quick, go, and he starts, like, running towards his rack, which is by, like, we're on, like, the 3rd floor of this building, and so he runs, like, so fast over to his rack, which is by the window. So as he's running, the petty officer's like, "Holy shit, guy, don't go out that fucking window!" Because he almost, like, slid all the way to the window, like, trying to go to his rack. He's like, "Jesus, like, I told you to get in your dress blues, not to freaking kill yourself."
Okay, what I want to hear is the worst smoke, like, the worst that you ever got smoked.
What do you mean the worst I ever got smoked?
Like, punished, like, doing push-ups and all
Oh,
that.
the worst we ever got.
At least in the army, that's what they call it, getting smoked.
We
Well, not PT. PT's
the way
different.
we would refer to as is they, like, we would get beat.
Okay, so what was the worst story for you getting beat? Like, the whole group, the whole platoon.
So the entire division
Or division, whatever.
got beat so bad when one of the guys decided to steal a peanut butter Rice Krispie treat from the galley, because that was not allowed. You were not allowed to take fruit from the galley and bring it to the barracks. So they found his frickin' Rice Krispie treat.
Why would you
And-
save it anyways? Like, come on.
Because he was an idiot. He tried to hide it, but it wasn't a very good hiding spot. They found it, and immediately, like, crap hit the fan. They literally like he
Psychotic.
was this close to. Actually, no, they actually did. They like sent. They were going to Asmo him, which is where they drop him back into like. So either they go home or they have to start back from the beginning and work their way back up.
All over a peanut butter Rice Krispie treat. This dude
There was a serious offense for them for boot camp. So they found it, and they didn't know who it was. I think where they found it was they found the wrapper in the trash can, and that's why. So they didn't know who brought it, and so the whole time they were trying to figure out who did it, they were beating us. So we were doing push-ups. We were sitting in the push-up position for like 30 minutes, doing butterfly kicks. Like they were just brutally like working us so hard, like so bad. Like the room was almost starting to sweat. Like the room itself, like it almost rained in the room because it was so hot. Everybody was sweating.
Give
You
me a
could feel
time frame.
I'd say like an hour and a half.
Of straight just beating.
Just getting beat. Finally, this dude freaking steps up, comes forward. But dude, we were so like everybody else was so mad at this guy because he was like, dude, you should have just came forward from the beginning, and we all would not have had to go through that.
If you're gonna sit there and hold out for an hour and a half, you might as well hold out for the rest of the time, because it's just showing dedication at that point.
No, because that's the
They would have
thing.
been in there all goddamn night, dog.
Yeah.
Dude, that's really no. What he did, that was a dick move. Like you're like, when it comes to it, like when you're in the military, you treat everybody like your brothers. You know,
Pretty, yeah.
You have a brotherhood there. So he betrayed the
brotherhood.
brotherhood. Basically. He had no loyalty.
So
at all.
what happened to him then?
He got like Asmo. He got sent back and like kind of had to start from the beginning. He got lucky though, because by the time it came towards the end of it, he was able to join our division again in time for battle stations and was able to graduate with us. So he got really lucky. He was lucky he didn't get like sent home like right away.
Wow, I didn't know they would send you home for that.
Oh, they can. It's boot camp. Like they take everything seriously when they say like failure to obey orders and everything like that. And so that's like basically a direct order.
Wouldn't that be a dishonorable discharge at that point?
No, in order to get dishonorably discharged from the military, you have to do something really bad. Like you have to murder somebody,
Go AWOL.
like sexually assault somebody. You have to do something like pretty bad to get dishonorably discharged.
But anyways,
Like even if you get caught for drugs in the military, you get what is it? It's an other than honorable discharge.
Probably general
It's basically a general.
with something conditions or whatever.
Yeah,
Under whatever.
I got
Okay,
out
so-
with a general under honorable conditions.
so now, what was the worst that you ever got smoked by your fault? Like, what was your biggest mess up?
My biggest. I never had any big mess ups, but I guess the biggest out of all of them was, oh gosh, I don't remember. I did something, very minor, and they just had me like go over towards the office and like sit in front of the office, and they had me do like 25 push-ups. And so as I was doing the 25 push-ups, all of a sudden I felt a boot like step on my back, trying to like kind of hold me down. And I thought,
what did you do to get this stuff?
I don't remember what I did. It was something like very minor, it was just something in my rack was just not in place as it should have been.
Okay.
So I'm doing 25 push-ups. I feel a boot step on my back and try to like kind of hold me down to make it tougher for me. And I thought, because I'm sitting there focused, I'm like staring like straight ahead, like almost at the ground, like just focused on doing these push-ups. I don't see who it is that's stepping on my back, so I thought it was one of the other recruits, like one of the guys in my division. And I was like, what the hell are you doing, dude? And then all of a sudden the boot comes off my back, and then the petty officer leans down like right in front of my face. He's like, what am I doing? And I was like, crap. He's like, give me 30 more. I was like, no. So I had to, I was struggling so bad, like just trying to get all of those push-ups out. It was just it became a funny moment though, because I thought it was one of the recruits, and he just leans down like, "What am I doing?" It's like, crap. It's like, give me 30 more.
So, did you ever get was it one of your main petty officers that?
We actually had usually a lot of the other divisions, they would have a chief who would be in charge of everybody else, and a couple, 2 other petty officers or something.
Now this information
we had all
come
3
from my information from the Army.
Yeah, and in my division, we had 3 first-class petty officers that were our instructors. But the reason they only allowed these 3 petty officers to be instructors, because they were, top-notch instructors. They were, the best instructors in the base.
Yeah.
So,
it's an honor.
Yeah, it was an honor to have them be our instructors. They were great instructors, and they were really cool dudes.
But what my question is getting to is afterwards, after you graduate and all that. Because at least in the Army, you get to go and talk to. After you graduate, you can go talk to your drill instructors. And did you go and talk to them, bring it up at all, or do you just ignore it?
Oh gosh. Actually, I did. I walked up to him, and my mom was the only one who came to the graduation. Before I found my mom, I actually did walk up to him, and I was like, by the way, I apologize for what happened with the push-ups and you putting your boot on my back. And he was like, don't worry about it, man. That was kind of funny.
What am I doing?
What am I doing?
I'm gonna tell you some fucked up stories from Cookman.
Cookman?
Oh
Yeah, I was at marching band camp.
Yeah, you want to talk about boot camp hell? That's basically what Zach goes through too.
Alright, so
wait, this is for when you were in band in high school, right?
No, this is at college. This is Bethune-Cookman. This is Daytona.
Oh, I didn't know you went to Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, for a little bit.
I wonder why you're an idiot.
Then I left. So, wow, that was racist as fuck.
Oh no, not that.
What's wrong with Bethune?
It's because you dropped.
Oh. No, I left because.
Hey, I never even did college.
Neither did I. I'm a high school graduate.
So basically,
gosh, you're killing the damn joke.
So Bethune is, without question, the biggest marching band in the fucking probably in the country. It's the biggest marching band. And
it's
are they the best marching band too?
97, 98%, all
it's
African
American.
Yeah, I already knew that, but are they the top?
They're one of the top.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But when I was going there, it was 2015. So
I was still in high school.
So we got to band camp or whatever, and I mean, dude, it was brutal. The amount of when you get there in the morning, you report it to the band room at 9:00. But no, I'm sorry, freshman camp was 8:00. So, but what we didn't know was that there are secret rules that were already in place. You know what I mean? We got there around 8. I strolled in there around 8:55, something like that. And the thing about it is,
you came in first late. Your first day you were late.
No, it was you know what I mean? It was 7:55. You know what I mean?
Well, you said 8:55.
I'm sorry, I'm tripping. 7:55. We were all, getting out there. But we were all out there before 8. Mm-hmm. We were just chilling. So, when 8:00 struck, the section leaders who were crowded over there, we were all, chilling.
Separated.
Yeah, but they were over there, As soon as 8:00 came over, they started just yelling in our general direction. They're like, "Attention! Attention! Attention!" But they weren't trying to get our attention. They were making us go to attention. We had no idea what attention was yet.
Oh, so it's pretty much like kind of like the military.
They were we were like, okay,
not same difficulty.
What's this? No, I mean, dude, you don't understand.
When it comes to marching show bands, they are like military.
It was like the
really?
military, bro. It was fucking insane. So, they were squat, because we didn't know how to get into attention, so we had to school. We were like, what's that? So, dude, from the first moment, it was a bombardment.
It's pretty much like the shark attack.
We learned quick, So, the 2 stories that I was going to tell you, I guess 3 now, because I thought of a third one. The first one is short. We were getting on the field to do our lines, to set the lines, because every time we're going to be in the same line. So, I was on the end, the very last point of one of the lines. And that meant I was a very important part of the because I was the one that everybody dressed to. A, and B, I was the one that at the end, if the line didn't line up to the left and right and forward and back, it would be my fault all the way on that line, on that side. So when Mr. Wells was trying to fucking set me, he got on the megaphone and he went, "On the end, saxophone player, white boy." That's what he said. That's what he said.
White boy.
And he said, take a step to your left, but he meant his left. So I took a step to my left, and he was like, "No, my left." And so then I took the
2 steps
to my right. Yeah. So that's one, and then what was I thinking? Oh, okay. This is a story that I heard. It was the same year, but after I left. So apparently, somebody did something at the football game to where I think they held out on a stands tune so long by accident that they were the only instrument that you could hear.
Oh no!
And so so Wells had this thing. He would go around and he would figure out who it was. He wouldn't directly address the band. He would walk around to people. He would hear. First of all, he had an amazing ear, so he would hear whatever instrument it was. Then he would go around to people who would usually stand around that section, and he would question people. He'd be like, "Did you hear that? Here and there." And they'd be like, "Yeah, I think it was so and so."
The one guy who did it sitting there just like, "Oh god."
The one guy would learn.
He's about to get smoked.
So he would choose a punishment basically when he found out who it was. He would either individually punish that person, or he would do it to the whole band. And this, individual punishments were like you get a deduction from your scholarship or something like that, right? So
that's quite harsh.
But no, dude, that's what I mean. Is like they don't fuck around. And I remember what they did, what their punishment was when they got back from the football game. It was a home game. When they got back, as soon as they got back and they got off the bus, instead of putting all their shit away, in full uniform, they got onto the field and practiced the show until 6 a.m.
Oh my god!
From what time?
Next morning.
What time did they start practicing?
I'm telling you that they went they lined up in the afternoon, like 12:01. Went down to the football stadium, warmed up, played a whole football game, played a show, played in the stands, did a fifth quarter with the other marching band, went back to Cookman, and then practiced.
Yeah, but what time did they get back
I'm
to
sure
Cookman,
they got
though?
back at maybe 11, 12.
Oh, 6 hours
11
of that,
p.m., 12 a.m.
Jeez.
And, but I mean, it wasn't even the fact that it was 6 hours. It was 6 hours plus the fact that they had to do that.
Well, I was just trying to time frame for me.
Plus, I believe they had class in the morning because the thing is that they had football games Thursday nights, not Friday.
Jeez.
So it was like, Wells didn't give a fuck, dude. Like, I'm telling you. McCrae even said, the only motherfucker on campus that I was afraid of was Mr. Wells. That's the only motherfucker that anybody feared. He didn't use motherfucker, He used
in
the
his
other
brain.
word,
He was probably using.
but he used the other word,
Oh, jeez.
He was the only on campus that anybody feared. You know what I mean? That I was afraid of. Because McCrae, he was an Olympic lifter. But Wells was there when McCrae was there, dude. And he knew not to fuck around.
Sadly, I don't have any hard machines like that. I've never been through any type of training like that.
Yeah, dude, Mr. Wells, he gave me a $10,000 scholarship to play at Cookman. And I gave it up because fuck that, bro. That was too intense. Yeah, that shit was.
Well, so
way
my question, I don't know much about band and I was never into it in high school, so I knew you were in it.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, though.
The
reason for Zach leaving wasn't just.
Well, no, that's not what I'm getting at.
Right.
So I want to get explained to what. So what's the point for going to college with the band scholarship? Is like to get you into an orchestra later down the line.
Basically, what I was going to. It depends on what you're going to school for. I was going to school for music education. I wanted to be a band teacher.
So you would have to kind of go through that.
Right. If you wanted to be at Cookman, you'd have to go through that. I chose Cookman because of the marching band.
Yeah.
If you watch
I remember you talking to me about that in high school.
If you watch the Bethune-Cookman marching band, it's like, wow, you know what I mean? But then
Can't
to actually go through that experience, you know what I mean? First of all, being white, you know. Second of all, doing the things that they were doing over there was like, wow.
Well, why do you make such big deal about you being white?
Well, because they were all black. So I was one of the very. It's not anything bad. What it was is just I was singled out.
So you felt like more of an outcast.
A white boy. I was Biscuit. Biscuit was my fucking. I was a fat white boy. You know, that's what they called me. So
no, I was asking why you quit. I was asking because I don't understand the whole marching band. I knew people did it in high school.
Like if you're gonna take in that story and like ask why you quit, it's not the marching band side of it like completely. It wasn't like
you don't have to say
it wasn't like
also,
how everything was done with the marching band. It was mostly the kind of like hazing.
See, and looking.
I was just about to ask a question about the hazing.
I got mad hazed. It was hazed, bro.
Was it targeted at you like hazing? Like
nah, it was just
the hazing of the new guys.
It was basically like there's a thing that they do. It's called crabbing, and they do it to you because their philosophy is that if a bunch of crabs get thrown into a boiling pot of water, what they all do is they climb on each other to get out of the pot. Mm-hmm. So that's what they do is they throw you in a boiling pot of water and hope that you guys turn to each other. Because the thing about it is your freshman class is so gigantic, and even your freshman brothers in your own section are going to be in numbers. So when you go
and you
actually go to other sections, what they're trying to do is drive you into each other's arms. They're trying to make you become
a brother band
each other's so well. You have to know everybody's first name and where they're from. Literally, you have to know their first name. You have to know their high school. They have to know their instrument. You do. It's a requirement.
But I understand that.
250, 300 people. I think there's 350 in the band. You have to know every single one.
Jeez.
You have to know their name. You have to know their school, their instrument, everything. You have to know. Brian Davis, without fail, he can name every single one of his freshman brothers. And there are 18 trombones alone. 18 trombones in his freshman class.
Jeez.
Okay, and then you have to think about clarinets, flutes, saxophones, French horns, percussion. How many people, So, a lot of people do. There are a lot of fucking people in that band. That was the idea, is to deprive you of sort of...
So, now, explain to us the boiling. Like, what was the hazing? You just said that they threw you into a theoretical boiling pot.
Yeah, so basically, you come in and you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Your freshman brothers. You meet them, obviously, become cool with them and shit. And because you have a couple days beforehand when you're moving into the dorms, like I met Lorenzo and Elijah and all them, dude, like the really cool people. Mm-hmm. And you get to meet them and shit. But like, the band camp is where you get to know them. Like their blood, sweat, tears. That's what they're trying to make you do ultimately. But it's masked as... really hard physical shit, playing your instrument without breaks. You have to practice, you have to find time, you have to manage your shit,
Is this all, band camp's also while you're in school too, mm-hmm. right?
Well, no, band camp is 2 weeks before you start class. And then afterwards you have your class, and then you have to maintain the marching band life as well.
Yeah.
Looking back, I wish I would have done it because maybe it would have given me a better sense of discipline, would have made me, play my instrument better. It was just another opportunity. But man, like, it was just... It was brutal. And, I don't know, when you let your moral platitudes get in the way of that sometimes, it can do you wrong. But... I don't know how much good it would have done me because...
Well, everyone goes through life with regrets.
Well, two things would have... I look back and I'm like, thank Christ I didn't stay. Is the election of Donald Trump and the president stepping down, the president of the school, because it was going into financial ruin. So, I think if Donald Trump was elected and I was there, I don't know.
What are you alluding to?
I liked Donald Trump.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, and plus I was white. Let's be honest with you.
Of course. Those things
there were
still go
shootings going on there when I was there.
Yeah.
There was 2 shootings when I was there. I was there for 4 days. And there was 2 shootings.
Oh,
I was only there for 4 days. I was there for 4 days in the... hell yeah.
Only 4 days?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I ain't calling you a quitter. I'm just saying, dang, all of that happened in 4 days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I know about the shootings at Bethune-Cookman and all that, but, geez.
Yeah. See, there was one where a guy...
I just had a coworker
The guy crashed his car into the main office I think he was going into Whitehall. He crashed his car into it and then got out of his car and brandished a weapon and was trying to shoot people in there. And then there was another guy who was in the quad and he was going to commit suicide. And they were all, keep away, And I remember there were 5 drum majors, okay? And they would come and they would stroll across fucking campus like the Temptations and have their fucking whistles, that's how fast they blew them. Like their tongues would go, get inside, you know what I mean? So we'd have to go into the band room. I'm sorry, the music annex, okay, because that's how gigantic it was. It was huge. That's what it says. You know how it says, it doesn't even say anything on the outside. It's just band room when you go into the high school.
Yeah.
When you go to Cookman and you turn into that parking lot, that is the Larry R. Handfield Music Annex. Okay, that shit.
It's a whole building dedicated to
music. You have the band room is just fucking gigantic, and then there's a long hall, and down the hall.
Now, because I know what the band room looks like at our high school, how much bigger? Like, give me size times 2 of the band room.
You want to take 6 of our band rooms.
Yeah,
seriously.
Like 6 up, 6 to the 6 that way.
I'm talking about you take 6 or 3 wide. I'm sorry, if you took a 3 wide and 3 back, like it would be 3, 6, 9. I swear to God, bro, it was huge. You had to fit 350 people plus instruments plus uniforms plus this plus
bags
that.
And all that. Yeah.
Right, and then on the other side, there's a hallway connecting the other side of the building, which is all the offices, and the entire hall was practice rooms.
Like I was just talking to a coworker today. She's my supervisor, and she was just telling us today about how I'm not sure it was. Don't quote me on this, but I think it was in the Bethune-Cookman area, and she heard. I think she was next. She was at some point, and the whole area got locked down because somebody ran into somebody in the back end, and the guy just got out and popped him straight in the head.
Wow.
No words. Just straight up. And yeah.
Anyways, I think we can get on to another topic here. I mean, we've exhausted this for long enough.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Let's step away from that. It got pretty
really depressing for
it got
good.
We went from funny haha moments in the Navy to Bethune-Cookman. Yeah,
nervous laughter.
Just I'm fine here. I'm fine. The dog in the burning building.
Cringy.
Yeah, I gotta trying to find it again. I got the damn stoner thought of the day. I think it's like every time you light your lighter,
find it.
It gets lighter until your lighter gets so light it won't light anymore, or something like that.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, every time you light your lighter, it gets lighter, so that it gets so light until it gets so light that it can't light anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's kind of deep.
Yeah.
A little too deep.
I hate these fucking Area 51 memes.
Oh yeah. Have you seen that?
Squad leaving Area 51.
Have you actually seen that, Lily? There are actual people thinking about everybody rushing into Area 51 because they think that they can't take us all down, so we can figure out what's going on with the aliens.
Devin Shaw created an event. We got beer, food, and a sound stage, ready to watch the bullshit go down.
Does anybody here know how that exactly started? Because I just remember seeing it on on Facebook.
Somebody just said it. You know what I mean?
It's just kind of got a cult following.
Yeah, it's just fuck it. Let's just go do it. And so now,
why not?
Right.
I wanted to die today anyways.
So now everybody's
It's not like it's a military compound, where they have guns that can shoot, 300 rounds a minute.
in this in this age of conspiracy, what I mean? Everybody's like, fuck yeah, man, I want some answers, you know what I mean?
No, you know what I'm thinking of, like, as you talk about that, like, everybody rushing Area 51, I just keep thinking about, like what would you do during a zombie apocalypse? Like, what would you do? How would you handle that? What would be your plan?
I know myself very well to where I know that either I'll buckle down and take it as it is and move on, or I'll simply just crack. I'm just one of those people who it's a 50-50 coin flip.
What would your plan be?
What would my plan be if I could,
what would be your plan that you would execute in order to survive?
So like I know it's gonna happen in a week from today. I have this time to plan. That kind of mindset?
No, because you
like in a perfect
never
world.
know when it's
like in a perfect world, this is what I want.
I'm saying you freaking hear over the radio that
so
a virus breaks out. It's starting to spread. Like, usually urban areas are where they'll start, and that's where it spreads rapidly.
Yes,
we're in an area where it's not.
I get it. So you're saying it starts right now? Like we got on our phones.
If it starts right now, what's your plan?
What's my plan? I guess right now what I would do is I would round you guys up because you guys are my friends. I would take you down to my uncle's spot because first of all, we'd go to one of my first uncles, go pick him up, get in a convoy with him, then go to my other uncle's, drop you guys off there, and then I'm going out to get some family. Because I have a sports car, so I can speed and do whatever I need to. And I'm going to go get my cousin, his wife, his kid. Going to go try to get my brother if I can even get in contact with him. But I know where he lives, get him and his boyfriend. And then see if I can find my mom and her husband. But her husband's out of town, I believe. So I'll try to get that because my uncle's house is big enough for all of us to do that. It's only a 3-room house, but it's big enough. And then we have enough guns and ammunition between my two uncles. And I guess I'd stop at the house and pick up my friends too, because I have my gun there and all that. It'd be a couple trips. But I would do that. And then I would suggest kind of, because I know my uncle's house, kind of make a little wall around the house with the vehicles, because he has 2 vehicles. And then, as people keep coming in with our friend group and our families, we'll have enough vehicles to, narrow it down to where it's only one opening. Now, when you say zombie apocalypse, is it like Walking Dead, where they just kind of walk and they can't really climb, or is it gonna be like they can climb and break into houses?
Can't climb.
But dumb zombies that don't have the thought process to
imagine I'm not sure. Whatever you think that zombies would actually be.
Scratch all that. Realistically, at this point, we're already fucked. All right, there's gonna be no real common sense way to get to where I need to go, where I live, which is about 30 minutes away from here, and then get back, which is 30 minutes away from my uncle. Get there and make another trip to my.
Well, like I said,
lives.
you think about realistically in real world, that kind of stuff starts in big, areas
where I live
areas.
Is
so places like New York or LA.
But we're not talking,
internet kind of.
Yes, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about when it hits us. Like we don't. Like it just they didn't give us a warning.
We would hear about it over radio waves or something like that.
No, but so we're hearing it that's happening over there, or where it hits us here. Because if it hits, that's 2 different thought processes.
I'm saying just in general, if it started right now, we catch word that zombie apocalypse.
Okay, then then the first plan, go do that. Yeah. And then I guess since we have time,
that's basically what I want to know. Where would you go? How would you set up a base camp?
Okay, then perfect.
Because I got an idea already. I would go out into the middle of the freaking farm areas or woods or something on high ground maybe, and
then I know exactly what
I'd go to Walmart or wherever, just raid all the guns and ammo that I can.
So I know the perfect place I'd go.
Post up.
I know the perfect place I'd go. I'd go to the airport and set up in Gate 6.
Really?
Gate 6 only has 2 entries. And I would, because I know people at the airport, I'll get in that way. I would steal that, or steal a card. Actually, my friend who lives with me still has that, so I'd go get him. I would invite you guys, but I'm going to get my family, and we're going there, and we're gonna raid the hell out of in the areas, the stores around us. I'm gonna take everything from my house, the essentials like water and all that stuff. Start filling up containers and getting all the food we can. You know, you don't want pizza rolls. You can't. You got those are frozen. Do that. Get there. Get all the guns in there.
Get all the non-perishable food items like cans.
Now the hardest thing is going to be getting into the airport because during that craze, everybody knows they're going to be trying to go somewhere else to go to family. At that point, I'm not trying to get on a plane. I think that that's just going to be shut down, and that's going to kind of be like guarded in that sense. But perfect world, that's not happening. I would get in there, and that's where I would set up. And I know exactly how to cover up the windows because me and my cousin Alec when we worked there, and even our friend Gene, we've talked about this while working at the airport, and we had to stay till 4 a.m. It's like, all right, well, let's talk about this. We would go to Gate 6. We would set up because there's a way to get to the roof right around Gate 6 area. It's very easy. You go up to the jetway, climb on the jetway, and then climb onto the roof. Easy as that. You set up sentry up there. There's a very easy way to get the mechanisms to work only in our favor, and set it like that. And the fences would keep the zombies out. But now, don't get me wrong. There's some compromises in all fences, and we would go around over time and fix them. But at first, what you want to survive, the hardest part is surviving the first initial shit. This is happening. So at first, it's gonna be you versus humans. Before it gets you versus zombies, then you versus humans again.
That's the bigger thing you gotta worry about. That's why, as soon as you catch word, hurry up, go raid what you can from anything, weapons, ammunition, food, any supplies that you would need from any store that you can find. That's why I would go to secluded area. If I know somebody who's got a property out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by fields and fences and everything like that, I would build up those fences even bigger with defenses, a bunch of wooden pikes and everything like that, so if a zombie walks into it,
well, you also want to think about it this way, too.
on there, You also it'll deter people.
Well, you also want to think about
away.
Well, you also want to think about it this way. The people who you are bringing in are the people you're going to live with and probably die with.
Yeah.
So, first of all, democracy, whatever it is, the big word.
Democracy?
Democracy, thank you. I could not think of it.
Josh.
Democracy is going out the window pretty much.
Yeah.
Democracy.
It's
So,
anarchy.
That's
anarchy. Yeah, let's give me
what's that show on TV? Oh, Degrassi? Is that what you're talking about?
Asshole. Anyways, so that's pretty much... Can I continue, Austin? Do I get your permission?
No.
Fuck off. Anyways, so that's gonna go out at the window. So then you have to pretty much pick the person in charge and stuff like that, or get it a system where it's a vote system. And how it worked out with us was
sorry, Jenny, you're voted off the island.
What? It's not like that.
Push her into the zombie.
It's not like that. It's like if it went down to this, it would be our uncle, my cousin's father. We would pretty much make the overall leader. He has the best calm, make the big decisions for the group, and then we'll pick the people who have been in harder situations, and people who can be trusted, and put them in the higher position, and branch off like that.
I think you've overthought this.
No, this is what came out in an hour of thinking about this with me and my friends at the airport, and so we would do that, and then we would, and since the airport already has a bunch of supplies in it, you go in there and take that. And then that can last you up to a month.
Wow. That's a lot.
Look, you're talking to someone who likes to make plans just off the whim off the top of the head. This is my plan. Even if it's something like Red Dawn.
Oh.
Red Dawn.
Are we talking the original Red Dawn or remake Red Dawn?
Well, not remake Red Dawn because it's not. Well, either way, not. It doesn't matter either
way.
Are we
talking Russians or North Koreans? Is that which one are we talking about?
Again, it doesn't matter. We're getting invaded. It doesn't matter who it's by.
It kind of does.
It kind of does. But I'm saying it just some force invades us from another country. I know what I'm doing.
If it's Russians, I'd be scared. I'm just saying. The original movie was like. That's more scary. We've seen North Korea's missile attempts.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm saying it's just the scare factor of those are military personnel coming into civilian areas and attacking civilians.
Yeah.
So either way, in the long run, not in the long run, but in the short thought span, it doesn't really matter. So
either way, it does matter because it matters for them because Same thing Red Dawn points out. You know, they're coming to our soil. We know our soil. We know our land. They don't know our land.
Yeah, dude.
As well as we do.
I swear to God, any part of that 330-mile stretch on the trail, if I was there, dude, I know it. I actually do know that shit. I'd be able to fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, there are parts, like, there are...
now, just to clarify, what trail for the people who don't know about it?
The Appalachian Trail. Yeah. So, yeah, I did 330 miles on it. If I were up by Buzzard Rocks, I know at least 5 places that would be fucking...
killer,
you know, like I'd be like, okay, that's the fucking Blackbird Trail Center. There's a cabin there and another huge cabin.
Yeah,
down,
and people
down the ridge.
Even an alien invasion, I wouldn't be.
I'd be on the trail. That's exactly where I would go.
I mean, even an alien invasion. I mean, it would be scary at first. You know, if they're in like spaceships and they're blowing stuff up first. Like, obviously, I'd get underground first.
Well, actually,
and, I'd probably make sure I get underground for. You wouldn't even probably have to wait that long because, like,
it's the first 24 hours that matter. It's the first 24 hours that matter in all these situations. The first thing that you do is what decides if you're going to live.
Like, almost every movie, like War of the Worlds, like, you know, it points out a good fact. You know, aliens, they're not from here. They don't know the stuff that we got. They might be coming for our atmosphere, but if they actually, like, stay around us too much, they don't know about the diseases that we got and everything like that. They'll die. Yeah,
they'll die. But if now taking into the fact that they just travel through space, we can barely get to. We're trying to get to Mars.
I still wouldn't be concerned. I'd stay underground, wait it out for like a week or so, as long as I got the supplies, and it would probably sort itself out. I wouldn't be too concerned about aliens trying to.
I wouldn't say it would be settled in a week.
It probably would be.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would just Raccoon City any part of the world that was zombified.
Yeah.
You know, and just nuke it. They're just Raccoon City, just...
It'd be the smartest thing.
Yeah, dude.
Containing.
And then we'd have to get out of the United States because it would be radiated, you know what I mean? So we'd have to leave.
Well, we wouldn't have to get out.
We're in the United States, so we would have to leave the maybe not necessarily the United States.
It would be like Chernobyl, but...
We would have to leave whatever area that's
it'd be like,
radiated.
It'd be like Japan. Yeah. They didn't have to leave all Japan didn't have to leave Japan.
I don't know, Japan's pretty small. I think...
Well, I'm saying when we dropped the bombs on them, they didn't. Not everybody. That was 2 of them. And we're doing a city.
No, okay. Well, I'm just saying, if we are in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's zombies and hordes. There's obviously been an outbreak. Okay, so different parts of the United States are going to be getting nuked. That means that the entire United States is going to be irradiated because of leftover fucking. It's because of the mushroom cloud. It carries radiation. Radiation doesn't just stay in one part. So
over time it does settle.
Let's say that Chicago, Boston, fucking Tallahassee, New York. Let's say that all these places.
Well, Tallahassee we would have to move because to do the radiation.
You're basically saying every state capital.
Basically, we all got fucked up because that's where.
So pretty much every state has its biggest city would be.
Because you'd have to have metropolitan areas because those are the biggest points of population. Mm-hmm. You'd need because that's where the outbreaks would obviously begin.
Yeah.
Or stem from. You know what I mean? Or they could start. I mean, on a very.
I think realistically they'll all start from one place.
Yeah, I think
whatever science lab where they're trying to cure cancer, like that's where it's gonna start. As soon as they get word out that that's starting, they're gonna quarantine off that area and either just clear out everything in there, like with normal means. Or
did you guys ever watch the Solid Snake movie, live action movie?
No.
No? Well, it was pretty much all New York was boarded, pretty much fenced around and made a prison. No guards. It was just a prison. That's where anybody who had criminals background, like, was convicted, went there. And that's pretty much what happened.
City.
Pretty much like Arkham City. That's the even better one that most people understand. But I'm pretty sure that's what would happen. It would be bombed and then contained. Because again, if we get notice of it, it's going to come from one single place, and this is coming from the single place in America. It's going to be handled, and we probably won't even know about it for a while. This is in a very populated area, and even then, we won't even know that it was freaking zombies.
Right.
Yeah.
Be like, oh shit, something went off in the city.
We're a screwed up country.
All to do to keep the public in calm.
You can't calm down this. You can't. People's so fragile nowadays.
Oh yeah,
whatever happened to the good old days where a kid falls down and you just tell them they're fine, rub some dirt in it, but now so are you okay? We kiss the boo boo. No.
Well, it's
Teach
still
them
good
the
to do
hard
that.
way.
Still good to do that, but in moderation.
Screw your opinions about whatever. Everybody just
everyone thinks
respect
they're...
one another's opinions. Obviously, you're gonna have opinions, but everybody has opinions. Or like assholes, they all stink.
No, I agree. I agree with you on that we're too sensitive to our opinions nowadays.
I'm not.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying as a general populace. Calm down. I'm not attacking you.
The general populace. Is,
Calm down.
What's a good word for it without offending a lot of people? I'm just not gonna come up with a word, but
Okay. Anyway.
I'm not gonna talk about this too much. It's just I have an opinion.
No reason to bring it up.
Yeah.
But in that situation, even alien, just stuff like that, I think it would be handled very, very quickly and very efficiently. At least I hope it would. It would suck if it was here. But it'd be pretty quick death. It'd be pretty quick death.
As long as what's his name? Oh my gosh.
His name's Oh My Gosh.
As long as Randy Quaid can fly a jet into the freaking aliens, we'll be fine.
Oh.
Hello, boys! I'm back! Oh my gosh. Nothing else.
Yeah, I think that's
gonna do for this one, guys.
I think that's pretty much the end of it. Like, I got nothing else I want to say, really.
Any final thoughts? We're gonna be like Jerry Springer here. We have final thoughts.
I was about to say now, America.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just gonna.
Were you trying to do
an Alex Jones? I'm trying to do an Alex Jones. And he's been
Alex Jones at InfoWars. Pizzagate. Pizzagate.
Now an Obama.
Dude, oh my gosh. We need to get George to come do... Zach knows who I'm talking about, my buddy George. George does a great Alex Jones impression.
He's such a meme.
He's the best meme ever. But George does a great impression of Alex Jones. Every time he does it, I start laughing my butt off because he just he literally just turns into Alex Jones. He just starts ranting in that voice and just about whatever the hell comes into his mind.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's so funny.
I'd actually like to do it when it's not just 3 people, maybe 4. It'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. It would be. I just really want George to if George ends up coming over towards this way to visit or something, I'm gonna be like, bro, come here.
Just hit him up. Let him know.
Well, he's all the way in the other corner of the country.
But anyways, that's the end of it.
Yep.
Make sure you leave comment,
subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Cheesy outro music.
Smoke weed.
Cheesy outro.
Smoke weed every day.
Day.
End it.